welcome back to the Mix Lovelies and Friends. And on the mix, we have Lady V. Now, Lady V is talking about something really interesting today. And she's talking about the fact that, sometimes it's what resonates with us that we would project. Basically, in layman's terms, she's saying that sometimes you will hear people come out and say something and they would not call any names to refer to a person basically, or the person that in your thought you would think that's the person that they're talking about. And she's saying that basically it's not when people come out and do not mention a name or they start talking about something and we would come up with, and say, this is the person that she's talking about, or this is the person that he's talking about based on our thoughts of the person, what light we would see the person in. So basically that would be it. But go ahead and catch the video and remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you disagree with her, you can leave that in the chat as well. And if you agree with her to say, that's what it is, then you could also leave it, because guess what? We are a family here and we're able to talk how we feel and if we think one is right or wrong based on our own personal experience or what we believe for ourselves. So go ahead and leave that in the comment section. And guys, have a wonderful day today.
It seems to be like people as divide social media into sides. So we have that side and we have that side. Whether right side, wrong side, right side, left side, good side, bad side. People literally separated or divided social media into two parts, two sides, or many sides in some cases. Now, I do not stand on the side of any side. I am not for any side of social media, and I'm making myself blunt, clear, and raw. If I see person X do or say something good, I will commend it, whether privately or publicly or just in my thoughts. If I see person Y do something not so good, I don't even gonna say bad, but not so good, not so pleasing, I will critique it, I will condemn it, whether publicly or privately or just within my thoughts, right? I am entitled to that right. Now, when you don't come out here and take up every pot of coal and put on your head, you're a hypocrite, you're against X and you're against Y. If you were to come out here and speak your truth on a video that X person has done something that you don't consider to be above board, it's a respectful thing, and you're gonna hear, oh, you're one of the haters, oh, you're jealous, oh, you're bad mind. So if, for argument's sake, Chit Chat comes on her platform and she start talk about women with children and their daughters has gone wayward and is maybe lack of parenting, everybody gonna say, oh, I must say Lady V, she a true word pan. Because that's what you think. So because, hey, Janet Britton, mwah. So because that's what you think, when you hear Chit Chat say that, you automatically believe it is aimed at me. Now, what Chit Chat is saying in that moment has nothing to do with Valine. But because you view me in that light, you say that. That is why when people come out here and don't call names and they speak sometime, you say, oh, me know who she talk. Oh, you say, oh, me know who him talk. You know why we say we know who the person is talking? Can I tell you? Because what the person is saying resonates with us. And in our minds, in our opinions, we happen to think what the person said or the description matches or fit that particular individual. right? That is why we always seems to know who Janet attack, who Ingrid Mac attack, who St. Louis attack, who Diane Battis attack, who Mac Parker attack, who TT Pastor attack, and that is the problem. Because we already think that way about the individual. We view the individual in those lights. When we hear something that we will classify in social media as shades, which I don't believe anything is really shade, we know what is for who and what is not for who, because we may hold similar thoughts towards the individual. Now, I like to say I'm a straight shooter. If I shoot at you, you know it's you, because I'm going to use sentences that is directed at you, aimed at you in full. I will repeat something that you say and let you know this is for you if I don't call a name. But most time when me slap by name. Now, I am going to say this. Good night, Lady V and the Valiants. Okay. All right, Calvin. So, this is what I'm going to say here. Now, there was a thing that I read some long time ago. I can't recall it from the top of my head. But I know it has something as the tone of when they came for the whatever nation of people, nobody said anything. When they came for the other set of people, nobody said anything. I can't remember. Chichat, I don't know if you're familiar with what I'm saying. I can't remember it clearly from my head right now because I'm tired and I need to go to my bed, but I decided I'm going to come here and talk for a little while. When they came for, let's say, the Egyptian, they say nothing. When they come for the Indians, nobody say nothing. So when they come for the next set of people, there was nobody there to speak up. Now, this is a problem with social media. This is a problem with us. And when you hear the word us, for those of you who do not understand, and I mean do not understand, because even two-letter words we don't understand, several of us. Kelvin, my brother in a real life, big up my sister, my niece, for me. Tell my sister I like how she treat me like stranger. Just tell her, so myself, you know, want to tell her, just play it, make she hear, say, me I say, me like how she treat me like stranger. Mutty Perkins always say that, right? So thank you, Mutty. When somebody like Mutty can say something, you know say it's solid. So this is what I'm going to say. If you and I stand here and watch them hurt, defame, drag, malign, and destroy someone else's name, and we keep quiet, we keep silent, we throw no support behind it, or we don't condemn it, what are we saying? Are we just as guilty? Because there's a thing that is stated that silence is complicit. And I am not going to do the old vocabulary breaking down of every word I speak tonight. If it go over your head, grab your dictionary and Google. That's why we have them. Many times I hear words on social media, I Google me if I run go say, what is me now? Why? So I'm going to say this. Weeks. When persons came out here to tear down my daughter, yes, my Tenille, my baby girl, and they were ripping her to shreds, I watch a lot of you hypocritical adult women who should know better, participated and didn't know better. I watch a lot of you started judging me, speaking about me as if you had an x-ray machine or I was in your MRI. You could see everything in me. You knew me whilst I was in my mother's womb. You knew me prior to Christ creating me and placing me in my mother's womb. I heard you spoke like that. And I watched when the onslaught was going on, how many of you stayed silent. Some of you stayed silent from a place of disliking me or my personality. Some of you stayed silent because you were hypocrites and you needed to be on a particular side. Some of you stayed silent because of fear of saying anything and then get the attack from the venomous snake. So you all stayed silent. I get it. I understand it. It's not here nor there to me. It's neither here nor there. It doesn't bother me because I know who I am. I know how I am, and I know the things I let seep in. Certain things can't get in. My skin is thick, and I know how to block. Now, I'm not a very thin-skinned human being, but there are things that bothers me as a person. Now, if you can recall, and let me even go further, I'm going to speak something about Kingston 13. So now don't move. I'm going to say something about 13. Some months ago, I don't know if it's even maybe a whole year by now, but it's quite some time. And some persons attacked Mr. Ansom's grandchildren. And I did not like it one damn bit. And I was not having it, Myers. I see you. Who is that Alita Henry person? Alita Henry, who are you? Chichat Yesuwa Gwan here, sir. Alita Henry, who are you? So, and I came out and I spoke about Mr. Ansom's grandbabies, Amy and Twinkle, to be specific. I was not defending Mr. Ansom at no point in time. I never defended LaSalle, Big Boy, Girly, Mr. Handsome family, Mr. Handsome creation, and whatever else name attached to Mr. Handsome. I was not defending. Hey, John, Mr. Handsome. I never did. D nice baby, you good? I was defending Mr. Handsome's two grandchildren, Amy and Twinkle. And I had my reasons for defending the babies. When it was stated that I saw the attack on Leisha's children, and I spoke. Leisha is no friend of mine. I've never spoken to Leisha. We only know each other platform, but not on talk terms, private talk terms. There's no animosity, there's no ill, there's just mutual respect. But I don't know Leisha like that. But I stood and I defended Leisha's babies, especially the one, TT. She was called all sorts and kinds of names, and I did not like it, and I did not appreciate it, and I spoke and I defended the minor. Now, further, there was a thing where Josh's name was called as Joshy head big. Joshy can't make him finger, in eyes, in nose, in ears, nor a strand of hair on his head. So if God sees it fit to create Joshy in his likeness and in his image, and Josh's head is big, then it's nothing that he can change. And I have seen that little cute little boy, sweet little boy, on several occasions, and in my opinion, I don't see him with no head bigger than Fimi, Fio, or my son, or my daughter, or the other children that I see daily. I didn't see any irregularity or disproportion body, appearance when I look at him. And I came out and I condemned that, to say it was wrong to say his head was big. Let's keep it moving. Keep the comments going. If you're going to be with me on this, you need to sit on it. And if you're not about it, it's okay to leave. I am not asking you to leave. I'm just saying, if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to let me disturb your night or be in your space with my annoying self. I'm just speaking from my heart, because God knows this is my heart's position. Now, further down, they came for a little girl. And I came out and I spoke up and I defended that little girl. And there was the whole allegation of something that I considered to be improper, very improper, towards the little girl. And I spoke again, or rather, that lady's two grandchildren, and I spoke again. Because when I speak from a place of independence. I am nobody's child. I'm not on the plantation. I'm making it very clear. I'm not on no plantation. I'm not under any regime. I'm not under any control. I am not nobody's bosom body, and I am not on any side. As an individual and a free thinker and an independent mind, a very independent mind, free thinker and an articulate woman, a woman of balance and substance, I choose to see things my own way. Am I always right? No, I'm not. Am I always right? Smitten, I see you. Am I Cheryl? I see you. Latoya, I see you. Good night. Am I always right? No. I get it wrong many times. Do I ever speak out of turn? More often than not. Do I regret some messages that I've put out here and some statements that I've made? Every day. But I move on and I get by. And I know my luck is bad, but since the day I met you, I have been optimistic. Oh my God, Zalid, you serious? That's a good thing. You don't have bad luck. It's timing, it's God's timing, honey. And I spoke on the behalf of those children. Now, of my own volition. I was not asked. I was not pressed. Nobody pushed me. I was not influenced or anything. I was not threatened. I was not nothing. So then came the little boy, and I spoke concerning the little boy, and that was another thing. And yes, I spoke about other people's children and family members that keep coming on the social media attack. Hey, Joan, what's up, sweetie? I know say you vex with me, no, Joan, coming and get figure about the little booty call last night. Just rest yourself, man. You know, so me chat sometimes, we chat till I 3 o'clock come on. And sometimes you have to talk to chit-chat, because chit-chat like when we put her to bed, and if me not put chit-chat to bed, chit-chat, you help himself and wild up himself and go on. He say, just rest yourself, Joan, rest yourself. So, you know, that is a factor right there, and I spoke about that. And I've spoken about several things that I see and consider to be wrong. I spoke about the Shanae, about the urine. I spoke